This episode of Speakers of Eidolon is made possible by our generous patrons like Chris, Greg Marshall, Clinway, Metalligo Phaleon, Ariel, Amara May, Adam James, CeeLo Redwind, Dan Wilkerson, Christoph Haas, Centra, Amy Veras, Infinitron, Casey Schaefer, Alex Bells, and Omega Cat Comet. Support the show and become a patron today at patreon.com/SpeakersXIV.
This is Speakers of Eidolon.
Good evening, AORCians. Welcome to Speakers of Eidolon, episode 56. I'm Lukile Bravestone, and I'm joined by Yazz Pot today. And today, as you can probably tell by the very short list we have underneath us here, it hasn't been a very eventful week yet again. But today we're going to talk about the Final Fantasy XIV 4-year anniversary stream. And we're also going to talk a little bit about the Shanghai Fan Festival. Not too much, though, but there are a couple of things we might want to discuss there. And in the great discussion today, controversial topic. Though, do correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think we have directly covered this subject in the great discussion before. If for some reason we did, well, if rehashing old content. Final Fantasy XIV style.
Hey, you're right. That makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
They'll rehash content occasionally. We can too, right?
Yeah, it's in the spirit of Final Fantasy XIV. So channel updates as usual. Speakers of Eidolon, no, Speakers Place was released on. Was it? I think it was Wednesday, right? Or was it?
I think it was Wednesday.
I don't even know our own release schedule. It is Wednesday, yes. And Remnants of a Realm was released on Thursday. And Secrets of a Realm. Now, I did set a date for Secrets of a Realm, and I said previous episode that it might come out mid-August. It will release on August the 25th for Patreon supporters, and on the 28th for the rest of the people, so that it is actually literally at the end of August. So please look forward to it. In that episode, we're going to look at the Sand Caves. So it's finally happening.
I'm super excited about that.
Woo! Is there anything else? Oh yeah, we have to talk about YouTube. Okay, so if you've been following other Final Fantasy XIV creators, Final Fantasy XIV content creators, not Final Fantasy XIV creators. Content creators, you probably heard about the demonetization of videos, and boy, is that hitting us hard too.
Yeah.
Everything that is uploaded on our channel at the moment is instantly flagged as not advertiser friendly. I said this on the post show last week, but that's when it started. I believe it started on Friday last week, where you got this nice blue bar above all the videos where it says, have you earned less money than usual? It's probably because your videos have been demonetized. Here's a list. And it's like...
everything?
It's practically everything was demonetized. So I had to go through and a request manual review. So it's... Wow, YouTube. It's sad. I said this also in the post show, but I think they claimed the Remnants of the latest Remnants of a Realm episode because it had prayer in the title, which if that's
well, what about this week's?
This week's actually didn't get flagged until
it was just
well, it was demonetized eventually,
right?
But it wasn't demonetized immediately. It was demonetized after it got 6k views. After that, it went boom. Oh shit! He said penis.
Oh, you think that's what it was?
Yeah, probably. I mean, I'm guessing it's going through the subtitle file, and it's but I tried to trick it because in the subtitles it says penne, I think. Got him. But yeah, they saw right through that. so demonetized. But I requested manual review. They usually get resolved within a couple of days. But if it's below 1,000 views and you get flagged immediately, you're at the bottom of the list. And they probably won't even bother looking at it until it has passed 1,000 views. So this whole system is fucked.
Sure is.
So yeah, please pledge to our Patreon. So
the desperation in his voice.
No, but we have to revamp our Patreon now, I think. So look forward to changes there.
You. Appreciate it.
Yeah. Also, I hope there's like, I hope first of all that YouTube fixes all of this. We're probably gonna get demonetized right now. This episode, it's probably demonetized already.
Yeah, it probably is. Yeah.
I hope they sort it out quickly, or otherwise maybe we'll just have to find another site to upload to, and that's better. I'm trying to threaten, threaten YouTube with our 12K subs.
We'll put it on somewhere else and get 3 views. Fuck you.
Yeah, fuck you. Anyways, we're bringing back a segment that we haven't had in a while. What we've been doing in 14 the last week. I, for one, have been playing. Woo! I've been leveling. Well, actually, it's this week and last week I leveled my miner and botanist to 70 because I'm getting that mention. So I need the gil. So I did that, and I leveled my red mage to 70 today. So I finally got the Osmo reference that we talked about in the previous episode.
Do you like it?
That was pretty neat. The fact that I'm not going to spoil
no, but do you like red mage?
Oh, if I like red mage, yeah. I think red mage is really cool. I thought it was too complicated when I started, but now it's actually really easy.
It simplifies a lot. I thought the same thing.
So yeah, it's a cool class. Other than that, I haven't really done much more. You can't really talk about that when you've been leveling mining and botany. There's not really that much to say. You go hit nodes for hours and hours while you're watching Netflix or whatever.
Yeah.
So that's my week.
I've just been dying in 03 Savage.
Yeah, you're doing. I haven't even touched Savage, but yeah. How's 03?
It's great. It's a really awesome fight, but holy shit, does it kick your ass? And it's just like, it's the kind of fight where it doesn't matter how perfect you do. If all other people are not doing perfect, you're gonna die. It's just...
Yeah.
And like, even with the new weapons, the enrage is still tight. Like, it's still...
So how far in are you in the fight?
Right at the end.
Right at the end. Okay, so by the end of the week, maybe next week, you'll be through.
Well, we have to teach. We had some minor I wouldn't call it drama, but we had some static problems where a few people had to leave.
Yeah.
Or whether it was voluntary or not, but so we have a new healer who's not that far into the fight, so I'm not 100% sure. And we actually got a few, I shouldn't say a few, but people from the Speakers Discord server coming to join in. So
nice.
Yeah,
that's cool. So yeah, I guess that. Anything else you've done other than I guess
I was leveling.
I guess 03S is pretty.
Yeah, I usually log out after I'm done. I'm just like, fuck this, I don't want to do this anymore. No, I've been leveling like Fisher and Botanist because my miner's already 70. So.
Fisher. I haven't touched. I don't think my Fisher is even 60.
It's actually a little easier now with the leaves are pretty simple, especially if you just do the spearfishing leaves. You can level it up pretty fast.
Oh yeah. I haven't.
You can basically just go gather like 40 of the same fish and then hand them all in back to back, and then you go up like 3 levels.
Oh. Oh, I guess I'll look into that one day. But I guess I have to be at least level 60 to unlock spearfishing, right?
61.
61. Oh well, I know. Orange, he literally leveled his Fisher by just doing the hand-ins. He just bought them off the market board and did the grand company.
That's totally a thing. I mean, you could do that for leaves too if you want. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
You could just buy the leaf hand-in fish off the market boards.
It was such a
cost you a lot.
It was so awful. Like Orange is like, oh, I'm finally 60, and I look at his gear and it's got a level 1 weathered fishing rod.
But what's the point in doing that? Because, like, if he was like, oh, I'm gonna make a bunch of money.
Yeah.
Sure. But was he even planning on making a bunch of money, or did he just wanted 60 for fun?
I think he just wanted 60
fun because he didn't actually fish.
I don't know if Orange is in the chat right now, but if he is, explain yourself. Yeah, I don't think he touched Fisher after that. I think he said that he didn't even understand how fishing worked.
What a waste of money.
Yeah. Anyways. Let's get into the main content then. Let's talk about the Shanghai thing first, because it is, well, it's a really quick thing. So,
although one thing, isn't it kind of weird that they get a fan fest? When there's a bunch of big information coming out too. Like, I would expect their fan fest to be on expansion years, like ours is. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, isn't this their expansion year? Because they're behind us. They're on 3.57, I believe.
I think you're thinking about Korea.
No, China too.
Why are they talking about 4.1?
I guess they do. I don't know why they did that, but I don't. It does say, since the Chinese. I think they're 3.57. Speakers of Island. We're very.
Hey, to be fair, it's not our job to know about the Chinese.
No, the Chinese
versions of the game. It's so weird. And
such
different.
A mythical place.
Yeah. Well, if they're on 3.57, I can understand at least why they're talking about 4.1. Because it would just be weird if they're on like 2.5 and they're talking about 4.1 patches.
But I know for a fact that they are behind us. They are not on the same patch as us. I think it's because they need. I don't know. Do they need to? I don't know how China works, but do they like have to?
How does China work?
How does China work? But do they like have to go through the content before it's approved? Yes. I think it has to be approved by the party.
It does.
Yeah. So I think that's probably why they're behind. Anyways, during this Shanghai Fan Fest, there was Q&A, and there were a couple of questions here, and this is probably showing you that they are behind, because some questions we already know the answer to, because it's already no, they haven't already been implemented. No, but they've already answered the question. There are no current plans for having an open world PvP on normal servers. Even if they were to implement it, it would be a specific server dedicated to open world PvP. So they're still not like it could happen, but if they did, they would have it, like they said, a specific server. But this one, patch 4.1, will introduce a large-scaled PvP involving mechas, where two forces of players will fight against each other. What?
I don't know what that means. I'm assuming it's mechs.
Yeah.
But maybe it's not. I don't know. Like,
I don't understand.
Which is interesting, because have they told us anything else about the 4.1 PvP?
No,
because we just knew it was coming. We didn't have any actual information on it, right? The only thing we knew is that it was going to be two 1v1 teams instead of 1v1v1, which is I'm very glad about. But involving mechas, I don't exactly know what that means.
It could be something that was lost in translation here, but maybe mechas refers to something else. But I can't really. I mean, mechs is usually what springs to mind when you read that.
Definitely.
Definitely. Is it like? Does it mean that we're going to fight in mechs?
I don't know. I'm really trying to figure it out, but
I can't see how that would work. But it's a cool thing if that's, because that would really be different. But
sure would be.
That would mean there would be no classes. That would just.
Well, I assume it would be like like one player's in it, you know, the rest are trying to do other things.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like that kind of
like
game mode.
Titanfall-ish, like
Right.
yeah,
Where
maybe.
there is people on the ground.
Mm.
Because then what's the point of them redoing all the PvP and then being like the next PvP game doesn't even use those abilities that we worked so hard revamping.
Yeah.
That'd be weird. I mean, they could do it though. But I'm assuming it's like there is like 2 mechs and you have to like protect the mechs from things. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
There's really no point in speculating, but it's I mean, that's the only thing I could see it being.
Yeah. Again, lore-wise though, how the hell is this gonna work out? I don't quite.
Magitech?
Yeah, maybe Sid made some battle mechs.
Yeah.
It's weird because it doesn't say Magitech. It says it's such an alien word in
Mechas.
Eorzea. Yeah, Mechas. Yeah, I'm just gonna assume that it's translation. Maybe
I'm agreeing with somebody in chat. Like maybe it's something as simple as it's just like your regular Magitech. You know, but the cannons actually do something this time.
Okay.
You know, something along those lines. Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
Unless they invent like Voltron and shit, like I don't know.
Yeah. We'll see. That's interesting. I can. We'll probably hear more on the live letter.
Please look forward to it.
Please look forward to it. They have never even thought about having an end raid boss for 72-man content, and it's not realistic when you think about waiting for all the other players to queue.
I don't know what that means. Yeah,
I read this several times before we went on, and I still don't understand what it means. An end raid boss for 72-man content.
I have no idea.
72-man content, is that's... But
that's your...
Is that PvP? No, that's also 72. I thought maybe it was like a raid boss at the end of the PvP match. Yeah, I thought first that it was the casual raid, like the... But I think they mean in PvP. This is a very... It's like a different world, this Q&A.
China, stop confusing me.
But yeah, that would be... I mean, that would be cool. I never thought about that, but it wouldn't probably... But I don't see... this whole Q&A is just going to be us just not understanding any of these answers. Okay, I'm going to read it again. They have... They have never even thought about having an end raid boss for 72-man content, and it's not realistic when you think about waiting for all the other players to queue.
I think I get it.
Go ahead.
I think they missed the one word that makes this make sense. They have never even thought about having an end game raid boss for 72-man content.
How does that make it better?
Because it's not like end raid, it's an end game raid for 72 people.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. Okay, guess.
But that's, I don't know, maybe.
Do they mean trial?
That's what I would assume, yeah. Like
a 72-man trial.
Yeah.
Maybe?
Yeah.
This
it's
wording.
Just a raid boss. It's not a raid. I don't know. Fucking hell, dude. I don't get it.
I don't get it either. Anyways, let's move on to something we understand. The Alliance Raid Roulette will be added in 4.1 as promised. Already knew this. I wonder what the rewards will be.
I would assume a lot of tomes.
I hope so. They have no plans on adding a combat rating / evaluation system. The victory belongs to everyone who was there to clear the content. If you think someone is slacking, you have the option to kick them, aka no parsers. We already knew that.
No, that's what I think. I think that's the funny thing is they're like, if you think someone is slacking, you have the option to kick them, which is basically saying you're probably parsing and you're okay in kicking them.
Yeah.
Which
okay.
Yeah.
This next one, I'm just gonna read it and let's okay. The development of the male bunny outfit has currently stopped, but it's almost time they start working on it again. They had a look at a male here in the bunny outfit, and their bottom looked sexy. Hallelujah!
Awesome. Awesome.
Anyway.
We did it.
They hear a lot of demands on having a beast/monster tamer type of job, which is why I think they still don't have Stormblood yet. They're still talking about potential new jobs, which would be weird if this was after Stormblood.
But they would have to know which jobs are coming with Stormblood by now. They would have to. If
they don't
somebody
have
in chat was
YouTube.
saying they're 6 months behind. Yeah, they have YouTube. They just have a very restricted YouTube.
Yeah. And they don't have Final Fantasy 14, our version of 14 there. So how would they know though? Unless they.
Well, I'm just like, if there's a fan fest and they're not like, get excited about these jobs, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, true.
Like, that would seem
That's
super weird to me.
Fair point.
If they're just like, buy Stormblood. They're like, why would I buy Stormblood? They're like, I don't know. There's things in it. Okay, what things? I don't know.
But maybe they just haven't revealed it yet. I don't know. I don't. Okay, whatever. Let's not speculate on how China does this.
Yeah.
Anyways, they
China's a
asked about potential jobs. They hear a lot of demands on having a beast/monster tamer type of job, but it's difficult when they consider Final Fantasy XIV's battle system. However, they do think that having some sort of system where you can collect monsters is interesting, so they will take it back to the devs to discuss it. Pokemon crossover confirmed. No, not confirmed. do not.
Yeah.
Disclaimer.
Wow, Lukile, you're announcing this right now.
Surprise.
Did you ever play like Beastmaster in 11 or anything like that?
No, I didn't. But everyone who's played it says it's OP. But then again, everyone who's played any class says that their class is OP. So
that is true.
Okay, so then there were some questions to Soken. I don't know if we're supposed to. Is there anything worth talking about here? Oh, let's do them anyways. The soundtrack and background music for Final Fantasy XIV has its own policy, and they try to stick to the lore when they create music for the game. That's interesting. How would that work for like instrumental music for zones and such?
I assume that they're probably talking about lyrics when they write them.
Oh, okay. I thought maybe they had like instruments that had to exist in Eorzea.
Right. Like, I'm pretty sure metal guitar and like, you know,
yeah,
like how would Sephiroth's theme fit in the lore version like that? I don't know about that.
Would be a bit weird. Yeah. Soken's favorite genre is rock and bossa nova. What a mix.
Actually, I already knew that. Yeah.
Soken is what?
He's constantly wearing those shirts.
Oh yeah,
just all the bands he likes. Yeah.
Yeah, true. Soken is not the type of composer who sticks to his Soken is not the type of composer who sticks to his desk to create new music. Recently, there have been cases where Soken comes up with a new melody during meetings. Oh god, he's probably really annoying in meetings.
Probably. Especially because he's like always on like full energy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He is so hyped all the time.
Also love that he's wearing headphones as an accessory. They're not even like proper, like they don't have a cable. He's just put like a headset around his neck.
But all secretly they're just wireless and he is just listening to music. Sorry, what?
Yeah.
We're making a new raid? Yeah, okay.
Yeah. This is a random one. Soken loves female auras. Good to know.
I'm starting to understand, especially because something later, I'm understanding why they implemented them.
Yeah.
For heaven's word.
The dev team's male to female ratio is now 7-3. The sound team used to be packed with men, but recently they got some new female members. So first I thought this meant in-game characters, but obviously this is the actual team.
Yeah.
See, this is what's interesting with this Q&A, how different it is from like the Western Q&As, because this question would never have been asked in a Western. Why would they ask this?
Yeah.
Like, I wonder what the question was. Like, how many females are in the dev team?
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, why? Yeah.
That is weird.
Okay.
But yeah, so
it's an interesting point, though.
I guess, yeah. Okay, so then there's some questions regarding Yoshi P. Yoshi P spends around 10 to 12 hours in the office, and he treats his work as a part of his hobby. Yoshi P has spent the past 5 weeks raiding, but he obtained no loot during that time.
Feels good, doesn't it, Yoshi P? I'm in the same way. I got my first piece of loot this week.
Nice.
And it's only because the other tank has everything. So it was like, the helmet dropped. It was like, well, I guess you get this because I already have it. I'm not salty at all, dude.
I can
Not at
tell.
all.
Yoshi P chooses his own hairstyle and outfit. Let's just leave that hanging for a while. Why this was Why this is an answer to anything.
Somebody's like, "You look good."
He uses hard wax.
Awesome. It's fascinating.
Thank you. I needed to know. Always wondered. Snowboarding is about the only hobby outside of gaming that Yoshi P can instantly come up with. He prefers women who are like female aura. I think if this had been these questions were asked at a North American or European fan fest, the community would rage so hard. These are worse than the umbrella question. Or Eno chain.
What wax does he use?
Yoshi P prefers women.
I'm dead inside. I'm dead inside.
He talked about how there were 13 retakes for that scene for Horsefant, and he cried after every single one of them. There were 13 retakes.
I assume probably had to like get it perfect, you know, how much blood to show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, the thing I wanted to talk about here is something we have to put up on screen as well. China. There's something you need to know about the Chinese. There's something you need to know about the Chinese. Something you need to know about the Chinese Final Fantasy XIV.
There you go.
That last part is important. They usually get a lot of glamour gear that is very exclusive to China. And for this fan fest, they got this, which is I want this, so please.
See, I'm on the opposite. I actually don't like it that much.
Oh, I need it.
I think it looks
Kingdom Hearts.
So yeah, I could see that.
The male one is so Kingdom Hearts. The belts.
Yeah, I could definitely understand that.
Oh,
I think just the way it looks to me, like in game, reminds me of like a Korean or Chinese MMO outfit.
But then again, usually
which isn't always a bad thing.
Yeah,
that's not always a bad thing.
I mean, most of
it's a bad thing.
Most of the stuff that's put into the Chinese one does have that feel to it, though. They had like the previous one. I can't remember what it's called, but that's very Asian themed. I can't remember. Yeah. So this one is more like, almost like anime-ish.
I mean, I definitely see where you're coming from with Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah, it's like probably as close to Kingdom Hearts as we'll ever get in 14.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like one of his like drive outfits, or something like that.
It does.
Like, I could totally see that being one.
Yeah, and I'm excited to see if we even get this in the West and how it's going to be implemented, because if they do, they're gonna make a campaign, and
they will.
Europe is not going to get it, because in Europe right now, the fucking cloud thing, cloud mount, and whatever else there was, as far as I can remember, the only campaign that was published was the German one, where you had to buy, I don't know, 24 Dr. Peppers or whatever, and that's it. Hello. we're here, but yeah, I don't understand.
It's probably going to be as well, because I mean, I guess the other one was a white chocobo, and that wasn't the Chinese one, but pretty much every region exclusive item has come through Amazon for North America, and a whole slew of random shit for Europe. So
yeah, the worst part is that this time the cloud mount thing, that was just one country. It's just one country in Europe, and it's Germany. If anyone correct me if they put it somewhere else, but I haven't seen it. And they said it'll be on the Mog Station soon. Yeah.
I mean,
Sure.
I guess that's better than that weird magazine thing that they did the first time.
Yeah,
so.
that was in the UK. The UK doesn't have a campaign yet, as far as I remember. So yeah, that's a thing. Hopefully, I don't understand why they haven't put it. I think maybe they haven't put it on the Mog Station for Europe because they're waiting for the German campaign to end.
But that seems like it's going on forever.
Yeah,
like the Amazon one was like 3 weeks or something. It was really short.
Yeah,
as far as I remember. So
yeah, I don't understand what.
I would just prefer that they just put the shit on the Mog Station right away. I really would.
Yeah, that would be much better. I don't understand why they did the campaign. Like, especially, I mean, one would have thought they had learned from the first campaign that, okay, Europe doesn't work. We can't do this in Europe. Then let's just straight to Mog Station instead. Nope. Let's just do it with one country in Europe instead.
Yeah. Let's piss off more of Europe than we did last time.
Oh boy. Oh god. I remember. Oh god. I keep bringing this up, but when I read that the Spanish campaign had been cancelled, and Orange was like, the Spanish campaign is going to be Amazon. Just wait and see. And they're like, we've cancelled it for Spain and Italy. Oh god. Made my day.
That is awful.
Yes. Okay, so let's talk about the 14-hour anniversary broadcast, which is a big deal. Final Fantasy 14 is turning 4 years old on August the 24th. August the 24th being the day where when early access began. And the 27th being the public release, or the normal release.
So do we have a date for the Rising? Because I really thought that the Rising was going to start when whatever the event's on now, I can never remember, Moonfire ends. Because that would like make sense, right, for the timing wise?
Yes. I believe it's on the Tuesday. On Tuesday, it should be probably the Tuesday before this. There was a typo on the header of the European Lodestone. I don't know if it's on the North American one, but it says Tuesday, September 2nd. September 2nd is a Saturday, so maybe that's an indication that the Rising is on Tuesday, the Tuesday before. Because that would also make sense for that, because that is like the week that 14 turns 4. So
right.
If I'm not mistaken, the 24th is also... Yeah, that's on Thursday, so it would make sense then to have it on Tuesday. Anyways, they did this last year as well. I don't remember if they did it the year before. I don't think they did it the year before that. I think they started it last year. Correct me if I'm wrong. I might be wrong again.
No, I think they've done it pretty much every year but the first, I think.
Really? I've never.
Sure.
I don't think I watched the second one then. Huh. Anyways,
wasn't that the one where they had the guy who was like had to collect Atmas? Yeah, that was the first. That was this. That might have even been the first year. Maybe they've done it every year. Remember when the guy had to get as many Atmas as he could during the 14-hour live stream?
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Oh wow, I did actually watch that. We might have even covered it on the podcast. Good. I know my shit. Anyways, yeah, they might have done it every year. That would make sense though. So it's on August. Sorry, Final Fantasy 14 will celebrate its 4-year anniversary on August the 27th, and in honor of this momentous occasion, we'll be hosting a special 14-hour broadcast. Peruse the full schedule in So it's on Friday. Here it says Friday, September 1st.
Yeah.
Someone rushed this article out, I think, because there's a lot of typos here.
Let's put 3 different dates on there, shall we?
I'm pretty sure it's on Saturday. That would make most sense. It's at... Oh, I think, you know what? This was posted on the on the European one. So they've probably not changed the...
Well, you say that, but it says September 2nd at 8 p.m. PDT. September 1st, 8 p.m. PDT. So... I hope it's on Friday, because then it's before the podcast and it's on Saturday.
Let me see. I mean, this post. This is not our fault.
It's not our fault. We promise.
For once, it's not our. What a shit show this is. Okay.
I'll check the North American one.
Yeah, I'm just gonna show our viewers. Let's see if they can see this. It says here, Final Fantasy XIV 4-year anniversary 14-hour broadcast set for Tuesday, September the 2nd, which is a date that doesn't exist.
Nope. That's a Saturday.
Yeah. And let's go in here and see if there's anything good. Here it says, oh no, it says 3 GMT now. They've changed it. Saturday, September 2nd.
Mine says Friday, September 1st.
Yeah, but that's PDT.
Maybe that makes sense.
Now
yeah, maybe that actually makes sense.
Okay, okay. Let's see. Let's switch us back. Okay, so it's on Saturday for Europe and Friday for North America. So let's move on. The schedule then is in PDT. So at 8 p.m. PDT, that's when the whole shit starts, with an introduction from Yoshi P's room, part 1. I think we'll just go through it all here. So Yoshi P sits down with core members of the development team as they reflect back on some of the stories surrounding the development of Stormblood. So that's the main room where this is weird to me, because when I watched the previous one, I noticed the flowers in the background.
Yeah,
they look like the kind of thing that you get in a funeral, because they have like, I don't know why it looks so weird. It's like from Alienware, and it's like,
I was gonna say, there's Asus in Alienware. Are they dead? They die?
It's really weird.
It's really weird.
And I remember in the last year, I think it was last year, I think they were sponsored by like an energy drink or something. They kept drinking, and there was like one dude that had one job, and that was to make sure that table was always full of that drink. And I just remember specifically that dude being like really aggressively putting down the energy
drinks.
Drink it. Yeah.
Fucking drink it.
So that's part 1. So it's probably just reflecting back. So they're going to talk about Stormblood. And from 9 p.m. to 10 p.m, that's Yoshi P's room part 2. So there's like there's no break between those. I don't know why it's part 1 and part 2. Oh yeah, it's because he's been joined.
Probably so he can go and have a cigarette too, most likely.
Yeah. Yoshi P is joined by special guest Ri Tanaka. It's not that Tanaka. The Japanese voice actor for Kane Senna, Garuda, and Sophia from the Warring Triad. Oh, she has. In Stormblood, she voiced the leader of the Dotharl Sadhu. What? Leader of the Dotharl Sadhu. I don't know why my brain.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I was like, what am I reading? Join her and Yoshi P as they talk about a variety of subjects. Please look forward to a variety of subjects.
You know,
they also put a picture of her.
I don't really 100% know why they still do this, because as of now, the Japanese voices are heard the least out of all of them. Sorry, it's heard less than English, because the French and German ones are definitely below.
Oh yeah,
But
I still also
it's getting to the point where the majority doesn't care anymore.
Also, I don't think I would care even if the English voice actor was there, because what are they going to talk about? It's like they talk about like, oh, I like cars. I'm like, okay. Why should I listen to this again? Because I don't have any relationship with. I don't have no connection with the voice actor for the characters, because that's not the character. If it had been a movie where I could see the actress and the actor, I probably would have been more connected to them. But I don't know. I've never understood that when they do that. Well, okay, there are exceptions when I think about it, but not.
No, I think I would, because I tend to like really respect when a voice actor is able to make you feel something that they weren't necessarily connected to directly, as you said, like they weren't on screen doing it, right?
Right.
So I can understand why like the Japanese people would be excited about this, but I've also heard that a lot of the Japanese people use English voice acting and Japanese subtitles, just like a lot of English players will use Japanese voices and English subtitles, right?
Right.
So it's like, I don't know. It seems weird to me. It's like, why even have voice actors, or just like have both people?
I just want to point out, I know that voice actors in Japan, that's a whole different story. I was talking about myself. I would never,
Right.
I would never,
Yeah,
I've never understood that. Well, yeah, so if you're interested in that, that's from 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. PDT. And from 10:30 p.m., so there's a 30-minute break there, to 12:30 p.m., that's when the good shit happens, because that's when we're getting Letter from the Producer Live, part 38. Get a glimpse of what's to come in the next patch with patch 4.1 preview part 1. Nice title. In the second half of the show, we invite game designer, writer, and CEO of Algebra Factory Incorporated, Yasumi Matsuno, to discuss the upcoming Alliance raid, Return to Evilise.
I'm so excited.
Yeah, that's.
I can't wait.
God, I'm nervous. I'm excited, but I'm also nervous because I feel like they haven't shown anything, and now I've started to build like I have.
I feel you on that one, definitely. Yeah, there's a lot of.
I don't want to get this. I'm probably gonna get. I kind of want to be. I'm gonna be negative and say that I'm gonna be disappointed. Hopefully, I'll be surprised and happy.
I don't think I'll be disappointed. I feel like they put a lot of. Specifically, it seems like they're putting a lot of money into it. You know, by hiring extra people and doing all this extra stuff. I think it's gonna exceed a lot of people's expectations, and me saying that may just get people more disappointed if it sucks. But
yeah, but I mean, they've teased it so much. I mean, they've teased it without teasing it. They've sort of like just by saying that it's called Return to Evilise and showing the logo and just like
exactly. Here's a picture with nothing.
Yeah. Also having like the dude behind. Oh my god.
Final Fantasy 12 Tactics.
Yeah, that guy. Yeah, God, I can't remember that I couldn't say it. Yes, to have him on board as well. I'm hopeful that it's going to be real good shit. Also good for us because that means we have a lot to talk about in the following episode there, and it will be like fresh off the press because that's at 12:30 a.m. So we'll be like, how many hours later does this show air? I don't even know when it airs, and it's 12 p.m. PDT. So
right now, we should get everything. This will all be before the podcast for that week. So
yeah,
it's gonna be a packed one finally.
Yeah. So 12. Yeah. Never mind. So 1:30 a.m. to 2:30 a.m. That's from Eorzea with Love. Voice actor and singer Yoshino Nanjo presents the web radio show From Eorzea with Love live on the 14-hour broadcast. Don't know what that is. Who is that? Is that someone we know? Voice actor and singer it doesn't say who. I guess Japanese players just know who that is.
I guess so. It's a very Japan-centric thing. I'm literally just gonna watch the live letter.
Yeah, me too.
Probably nothing else.
Because there's a very important detail here, and that is that. Please note that the audio will be available in Japanese only. So we have to
watch for the pictures and then read a translation afterwards.
Yeah. And from 3 a.m. to 4 a.m., Japanese Community Stream Special Edition. The Japanese community team invites members from the development team to join the show. And from 4:30 a.m. to 5:30 a.m., Yoshi P's Room Part 3, where Teru from the Japanese rock band Glay makes an appearance. Glay performed the main theme song for the TV drama Dad of Light. And Teru himself is an avid warrior of light in 14. Look forward to the discussion between Yoshi P and Teru.
They love capital letters.
Yeah.
A lot of capitals in that sentence.
Teru and Glay both in caps, so just keep that in mind. He also has my printer is dying, but it's a very edgy picture of him here. It's very edgy.
Yeah.
So Dad of Light. Dad of Light. When is that coming out on Netflix?
I don't know.
It just kind of got silent on that front. I hope it comes out soon. We have to review it. From 6 a.m. to 7:30 a.m., NGC's Final Fantasy XIV Season 3, a special program featuring hosts Edo-san and Fumichi, sponsored by Alienware. Yoshi P will be challenged with a special guest made by the NGC Craft Committee. What did I just read? What is this? A special program featuring hosts Edo-san and Fumichi, sponsored by Alienware. Yoshi P will be challenged with a special quest made by the NGC Craft Committee.
I have no idea what any of that sentence means except for Alienware.
It's Season 3 too. I don't understand. Wow.
Yeah.
Anyways, 8 a.m. till 10 a.m., Akihiro Hino and Yoshi P talk. Akihiro Hino, the president and CEO of the Japanese video game developer Level 5, and an avid Final Fantasy XIV player, stops by to talk with Yoshi P to close out the show. What will they discuss?
Yokai Watch Part 2. Yokai Watch Part 2. It's gonna happen.
Oh no, it is, isn't it? Oh yeah. Oh no. Yeah. Oh no. Maybe, what is there like an updated Yokai Watch? Does the Yokai Watch change per season, like the Pokeballs in Pokemon?
Yeah, they do like different games. It's like the exact same thing. They do like 2 games. It's literally identical. They do 2 games. They each have like differences. I don't know. So I don't know if new ones have come out since the event, or if the event was to celebrate new games coming out. I don't know, but do they have like the actual Yokai Watch? Because the one we have in game right now, I would assume is the vanilla Yokai Watch. Maybe we'll get a new version of the Yokai Watch that I can use. Maybe.
That's the only thing I'll look forward to put that on. Anyways, concurrent event, challenge accepted. Hiroshi Takai is up for another challenge this year. What will his challenge be this time? Which development team member will help? Check it out and cheer him on. I don't know what this means.
Me neither.
It's such an alien concept, this 14 hour.
Yeah, this definitely seems like a very, very Japanese-centric 14-hour broadcast.
This is not for us.
Which I can't say I'm super excited about, because it's like, hey, we're celebrating all of our players for playing for 4 years. Okay, 3/4 of you won't understand a single word or understand anything that's going on.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Doesn't seem...
Yeah, it is weird, because not even combined, the North American player base is bigger than the Japanese one at this point, so...
And then add European in there, and most people aren't going to understand anything.
Yeah.
Like,
it is weird. It is weird, but it's very Square Enix.
It is very Square Enix. You're definitely right with that.
Okay, so... Oh, shit, I forgot to write the great discussion thing, but I have it on screen, I guess. Wait, hold on. Okay, so... today's great discussion. Okay, are we done with everything, by the way? Yes, that was the end of it. So please look forward to that. That's on Saturday, 3 a.m. GMT for Europe, and when was it for the rest of the world? No, for North America. 8 p.m. PDT for North America.
Or sometime in those 3 days. Who really knows?
Yeah, who knows? Just look out for the live letter is usually the one thing people want to perhaps catch, or just read the translation later.
Just got to figure out if it's on Tuesday, Saturday, Friday.
But don't worry if you miss it. We will cover it, of course, on the podcast on Saturday.
We got you.
We got you. Okay, so the great discussion today. The great discussion is returning, and today it's a very controversial topic. And I have to give some background here, because today I was AFK as usual. But usually I'm AFK in either in the Free Company house or in Ralgris Reach. But today I AFK'd in Limsa Lominsa, which is a special place at times. But today someone did roleplay in Say Chat. Now I can't quite remember what the roleplay was about. but it was very like light roleplay. It was more like where are we go? Like I think they said something about going somewhere or something. I can't quite remember what they were saying, but one dude got triggered hard, and he told them to stop using SoH apps, and told them that they were spamming. And he got a lot of support. I don't think I saw anyone actually supporting the role players in this. Now I am in this discussion. We're not going to bring Balmung in here because Balmung is different.
It's a roleplay server.
It is a roleplay server.
Different beast. Yeah.
Yes. So on other servers where roleplay is more scarce, and the few people that do roleplay, they usually roleplay via tells or in link shells, or in their own house. But it's kind of okay. So the question then is it okay to do this in public? And if you watch this show for a while, you know that Orange and I, we did something we're not very proud of, but we had this Maelstrom Officers roleplay going, which we still don't know why we did. But we were trying. I don't know what I can't defend it. But we did it, and God, how much hate we would get for it. Although we were doing it for fun, so we were just like, fuck off. But I mean, for people that really roleplay, and I think the person that the two people, there were two people roleplaying in Limsa, I think they got really offended. And I have to take the role player's side here, because although I see how it can be spammy, but you're playing an MMORPG where RP is literally in the title.
Right. But RPG, how many times in an RPG game has role-playing even involved? Are you playing Final Fantasy VII and role-playing as Cloud?
No.
Right. So I think RPG is a loose term, you know?
It is a loose term.
It doesn't mean like this is you roleplay the whole time you play these games, you know what I mean? Of course it's optional. Some people probably did roleplay as Cloud, even though that's kind of impossible because you can't type in the game or whatever, but I can understand that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree. Role-playing and role-playing are not necessarily the same thing.
It's literally the same word, though.
Right.
But, yeah.
Right.
I think... yeah.
Partly for devil's advocate, partly because how I feel, I actually am going to side with the people calling it out. Because I do find it very spammy. And spam annoys the hell out of me. If someone's sitting there spamming an emote over and over again, or spamming 12 different emotes back to back, I'm gonna get annoyed because like I'm trying to do things, right?
Yeah.
If for somehow there was this free company that was all about spamming emotes all over again, and they were doing it in their own private things, go ahead. I don't give a shit. Do whatever you want, right?
Yeah. I guess I can see. I see the point.
It becomes a thing, and this is. Actually, I think leads to a better secondary discussion of needing more dedicated roleplay servers.
Yeah.
But it's to me, it's like if it's such a minor, like if it's such a minority on that server, then you probably should use things like Tell. I understand it might ruin your role playing. You know, it might ruin the role play a little bit, but that being said, it's a very small percentage, and it does come across as spam to people who aren't interested, right?
Yeah.
So I think it definitely we need to have more dedicated role playing servers, which would then solve that problem. You know?
Yeah.
It seems like an easy fix to stop that from happening, because while I don't think everybody feels so polar on this, like if I saw people role playing that weren't crazy spamming, or they were in some area that's not crazy populated, like if they're in South Shroud and I ride by them on a mount and I see 3 messages, I'm not gonna freak out on them. That's ridiculous. You know, I don't care at all.
Yeah. If
they're sitting in Ul'dah using shout chat or using say chat right by the grand company things, and I'm like trying to talk to people in my free company or whatever, a link shell, and I can't read anything they're saying because there's so many messages going by. Okay, I might have a little bit of an issue. I'll probably just blacklist them and not say anything, because what's the point of starting some big argument about it? But
I see the point, but I mean, it's especially in Limsa where there are bots already sort of flushing the chat with spam. I would say the bot is a bigger problem than someone just doing casual.
I would agree.
I do understand. Okay, I will see this point. If there were more than 2 people, let's say there were like a group of people talking in say chat, that to me is too much. That would be like, because no one, unless because that would exclude everyone else, and it would just fill the chat with whatever that group is doing. That you please get a link shell for that. But I also feel this might be a Ragnarok thing, but it might also be like a legacy server thing. I don't know. I don't know if our server is just full of assholes. But the aggression towards role players, I don't understand. It's okay to say like don't do it, but I mean, at least on Ragnarok, that usually escalates quite quickly. To like a full I think it might be trolling.
Oh, really?
It might be trolling, but what happened today was really kind of went off the hinges for a bit. And there's also, if you don't like role players, just blacklist them. You could just blacklist them.
I mean, that is true, and as I said, I've done it before.
Yeah.
I've blacklisted people, as I said, because somebody's like filling your whole thing with emotes, and it's like, sure, you could say, okay, clear emotes, clear say chat, but there's times where I use say chat.
Yeah.
You know, there's times where I use, I like seeing which emotes people are doing. So I'm not just going to permanently filter that stuff out or have a secondary thing. Sure, I could do that. I agree. That is totally an option. But
again,
spamming is, I don't know.
This also brings up another interesting thing, because some people talk in say chat, though they do not get any heat. Why?
I mean,
that's quite a weird, because
that's a good point. Yeah,
they got called out because they roleplayed, as if it was like this alien weird thing that shouldn't happen in an MMO. But again, I would have to stress that it does say MMORPG, so you shouldn't go into an MMO and think that there's not going to be roleplay.
Right.
And on our server, you usually get shunned quite a bit if you roleplay. Which, and as you said, probably we should have roleplay servers. Like,
oh, definitely, we need more.
Yeah, because I mean, technically,
it would stop all this shit from happening.
Yeah, Balmung is technically a roleplay server, whether they like it or not. That is the roleplay server right now, because we don't have an official one. I do have to ask though, on Balmung, if I know there are people from Balmung watching, is role-playing in say allowed? Is that something that's looked down upon by the community, or?
I would assume the opposite is like almost the exact opposite. Whereas if you called somebody out for role-playing, people would shit on you because they are the majority, right?
Right. Yeah.
So it's like,
true.
Which, yeah, I think it's just very much. It's very much just a fact of a product of your environment, right?
Yeah, it's just a way of life on Balmung. Yeah, role-playing chat is very common. Okay, yeah. See, exactly. that makes sense.
I would hate it.
Yeah.
I would be miserable the whole time. But I understand that that's what people want, so...
Yeah.
That's... Yeah, I think definitely go... We need more role-playing servers.
Okay, yeah. There's some nice stories in chat. What I was about to say... Oh yeah, someone's pointing out that in Shout Chat, for instance, Shout Chat is usually just spam. I don't often see people role-playing in Shout Chat, which I find Shout Chat to be more annoying because it has a different color, so I like immediately go like, oh, this is important, and it's just like free company, bing bong, looking for casual players, social, send tell.
Most of the shout chats I see are usually appropriate for the time. I don't really know how to explain that, but like, yeah, if there's a hunt going on, then I'll usually that'll be what the shouts are about, you know.
Yeah.
Or if you're in Rauger's Reach or something, it's usually just a conversation. Like I know a lot of other servers will complain, oh, it's super cancer, people are arguing all the time. I've seen that so little on my server, at least on my server. I can't speak for other servers, but it seems totally fine.
Yeah. I've only ever, just because a lot of people probably associate roleplay with erotic roleplay, which we have to make sure that's
totally different.
Two different things. Though I have seen erotic roleplay in public, in Limsa, and that's not okay. That's disgusting. And that's I would probably tell whoever did that to go to their house and do it there instead. I don't care if you do it in the house or whatever, but and I know someone goes to the Hermit's Hovel in Upper Lenosha, Outer Lenosha, the thing that's like far away. It's just like a cabin far away.
Yeah, that's in Eastern. Yeah,
I know that's a place a lot of people go to. I once, okay, true story, I once went there. I can't remember why we went there. It was not to do erotic roleplay, that's for sure. I can't remember why we went there though. But we went there, and there was, I believe the Say chat. Suddenly someone started talking in Say chat. I was like, oh, this is weird. We're all the way up here, and there was no one around the house as far as we could tell. But we went around the back. There was a naked Rogadin and a Lolafel. A naked Rogadin and a Lolafel. Never went back. I never went back.
Yeah, I wouldn't either. You'd probably go to jail just for being there.
Yeah, it was weird. Though then again, let's get back to the topic though. When it comes to, I don't care too much about roleplay, what people do when they role. Like if it's just calm, toned down roleplay, I don't really care, because I have several tabs on my chat bar, so I can, if I want to use the link shell, I just click the link shell thing and I only get the link shell up, which you can do, and that way, because I did that not because of roleplay, but because of bots spamming the chat, so I already had that set up. So if the chat gets too busy, I just switch to that. Yeah, I totally get why people don't like it though. It is, some might think it's cringy. I think that's the main issue. I think it feels, because you don't want to log in and it's like just this cringe fest of like some 12-year-old hitting on a female Mikote, and it's very obvious that it's a 12-year-old.
It's always a Mikote.
Yeah, it
it's always a
is.
But no, I understand both sides. I think what it boils down to is it needs to just, these are reasons for us needing more dedicated roleplay servers. Because in those places, if you're gonna complain about it, you're a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
If you're gonna complain about people roleplaying on a roleplay servers, you're ridiculous.
Yeah.
Reevaluate your life. You picked the wrong place. but I can understand although they're not labeled as non-RP servers, so I can understand the counter argument, but essentially they are non-RP servers, you know?
Yeah.
Or places where RP is meant to be done in things like other places that aren't, you know, the biggest one of the most populated places in the game, right? You're kind of inviting it on yourself at that point.
Yeah.
As much as I don't necessarily agree with it, I do find it spammy. As I said, I do find it a little spammy, but it to me just really says we need more RP servers. We need at least one dedicated RP server on each data center. We need another one on North America. We need one on EU, and we need 3 on the Japanese.
Yeah,
things.
I mean, they were even like the fact that they talked about like the possibility, if they ever were to make open world PvP, make servers for it. But for some reason, roleplay servers are off the table.
And to take it even further, we don't need a thing where the community has decided which one is a roleplay server. Because ever since Balmung went down, I've heard, oh, we're going to make this server a roleplay server, this server a roleplay server. It's clearly a bunch of people saying that they want to make their own server into roleplay servers.
Yes.
And nobody's agreeing on which server it's going to be. The devs need to actually straight up label them as roleplay servers when you create your character. You know? Because I mean, I've heard people who are on Balmung that are like, I just made a character here, I didn't know what it was, and I kind of regret it.
Yeah.
And because they didn't know ahead of time going in that this was a roleplay server. Gonna bring it back to the evil WoW, but those things are labeled when you go to make a character, right? And I think that's a very important thing to have. And then, in my opinion, all of these problems go away. And if you have problems, then you're an idiot, because the game told you what to look forward to. You know.
Totally
that's how
agree.
I see it, anyways.
Yeah, I agree. And the fact that Yoshipi has talked about this before, and they said they didn't want to do it. But I believe he talked about existing ones. They didn't even bring up the fact that they could make new ones. I think they just said that they wanted to label basically Balmung as a roleplay server, which he thought was unfair. Easy. He thought that was unfair because there are people on there that don't roleplay and would be uncomfortable having it labeled. But to me, I don't understand that reasoning, because it is already a role-playing server.
Right. It's like that. You could say, okay, that's unfair. But it is labeled as a roleplay server by the entire community. So how is that unfair at that point? I'm pretty sure we could ask, if we took a poll right now in chat saying, anybody on Balmung, would you rather have it labeled as an RP server or not? I'm pretty sure the vast majority would say, go ahead and label it. Yeah. You know?
Yeah. I would be very surprised if there was a poll and they decided to not label it as a roleplay server. That would blow my mind.
That would blow my mind. I agree.
Yeah. Having labels implies that there are rules that needs to be enforced, which a lot of devs balk at. That might, I mean, but they don't even have to add rules to it. They just need the fucking label.
No, just need a label. That's it.
So
and like somebody said, would every role player move to a suggested RP server? Well, no. But they can't complain when somebody has a problem with RP, because they could say, go to an RP server, right? It would just dictate lines that nobody would be able to complain about it anymore. Or I mean, of course they would have the ability to complain about it, but I'm sure it just doesn't, like, if you're an idiot, if you're gonna complain about, you know, somebody role playing on a role playing server, or not understanding why people have a problem with you role playing on a non-role playing server. I don't know. I just think you're not connecting the dots, you know? No.
And even if, let's say though, that they made a server, a roleplay server, and it's not Balmung. They don't relabel Balmung, but they make a new server. What would happen to Balmung? Would everyone just leave Balmung?
No, I don't think so.
Balmung would be like a minority server. I don't know. If I was a role player, I would be very happy if there was a server that was for role play. I see only positives with this, and there's obviously a large role play community in 14. I mean, Balmung is if not the most popular server on the North American data center.
No, it is the most popular. It's the biggest server in the game.
Yeah. So there you go.
Yeah, which clearly shows you how it's not properly dispersed across things. I think the biggest thing for and this is not even a guaranteed, I just think that it would give people the option. Would give the option of Europeans who are forced to be on Balmung to actually be on one of their own European servers. Because then, you know, doing actual content, which I know is a stigma, like Balmung doesn't do real content. Well, that's bullshit. They do. Maybe just not everybody. It may not be the priority, but it's a thing. Yeah. You know, which then you'd have an easier time doing content if you're actually connected to a European data center.
Yeah.
So.
Let's see. Oh yeah, one thing I had to point out. Because I think there's another reason, especially for just going back to the actual roleplay thing again. I think the reason for our server that there's hostility towards roleplay is we've kind of touched upon this in way back, but when Orange and I did the thing we did, we seemed to have opened, like, it kind of made roleplay kind of okay for a little while, and there was like this community that we didn't know about with role players, but it devolved very quickly. It's incredible how fast it became erotic roleplay oriented. There's I'm not going to call anyone out, but there we could see, because we eventually just, okay, that's it, we just stopped because we saw where this was going, but it went in a downward spiral, and eventually it was just like erotic role playing all over. I think, and that's probably because it's not a role-playing server, so it's easier to do, because there is no role-play community, so they eventually just end up doing because erotic roleplay is easy, like
yeah, you're right, it is the easiest kind of roleplay.
You can just, we don't have to go into detail, but it's very easy to do. So if you have a labeled server, you would probably have a more structured community where with actual real role play, and of course erotic role play wherever. But I think it would be a win-win. But to conclude, get role play servers. That would solve everything.
I totally agree.
I
totally agree.
I also noticing that we're having some network issues right now.
I know.
OBS is not happy. So I think.
So that's on your end.
I think it is. Yeah, it's there's a yellow light blinking here now. So I think we're gonna have to round up. Round up? That's not a word. It is a word, but it's not the word I'm supposed to use here.
Wrap up?
Wrap up is the word I'm looking for. Remember to follow us and subscribe. All the stuff.
I just want to say. Before. We're not trying to call anybody out. We're not trying to hurt anyone's feelings. It's simply a discussion.
Yeah, of course. That
we just want everybody to have a nice low place.
Yes.
To play their game they want to play.
Yes.
We're not trying to discourage anybody from role playing or anything like that.
No, of course. Roleplay. I mean, I feel like roleplay kind of keeps the server alive a bit, because
it does.
Yeah. Also wanted to say something that everyone knows how much I love the Square Enix store. They put the job pins on the European store.
You should send me one, because they're probably not on North America.
Well, it's €9.99 for the pin.
It's like 600 Canadian dollars.
Yeah. Shipping 38.
Shut up. What?
That's €47 that's $55 for a job pin.
That's like 70 Canadian dollars. Like, not a joke. That's like, are you shitting me now?
And that's above the import thing, so I have to pay import tax as well. So it's
oh my god, dude. That is horrible.
Yeah, what a bargain.
No.
So there's no way I'm gonna buy that. That's
no.
I don't hate money that much.
Jesus.
That's again showing how Europe is being treated by Square Enix. And I'm sure France is going to have free shipping, and the UK is going to have about £2 or £3 for shipping. That's usually how it goes. So I'm gonna look for them on eBay. Maybe they're probably way cheaper there.
I would imagine so. I'm like in shock now.
The funny thing is that when I saw the pin, I was like, $9.99, huh? And I was just like joking to myself, it's probably €38 for shipping, just not really believing it, and just that's it. You have one option. DHL 7-day delivery. It's not even overnight delivery, it's 7-day delivery.
I don't even know what to say right now.
That was fun. So I think that's on that note, thank you guys for watching. We'll be back next week with Mela. I think what there's nothing happening this week, so we're probably gonna have Gillionaire. Gillionaire is gonna return next week. So please look forward to that. Until then, guys, I'll see you next week. Bye! Thank you for watching this episode of Speakers of Eidolon. If you want to watch the show live, the show runs live every Saturday at 7 p.m. GMT, 12 p.m. PDT on twitch.tv/Speakers of Eidolon and on youtube.com/SpeakersXIV. If you want to support the show, consider pledging to our Patreon campaign at patreon.com/SpeakersXIV. Thank you.